Student engagement with feedback is a complex issue in higher education. Despite extensive research and ongoing debates, there's still no clear consensus on why some students actively use feedback while others ignore it. Educators often notice that many students show little interest in the comments provided on their work, and this lack of engagement can be frustrating for both teachers and learners. The disconnect between what staff intend with their feedback and what students expect often leads to miscommunication and dissatisfaction. In this video, we'll explore the reasons behind these challenges and what they mean for the learning process. Interestingly, research shows that students do appreciate and even expect feedback as part of their educational experience. In today's mass higher education system, feedback is often seen as something students have paid for, making it a key part of their expectations. Universities also prioritize feedback because it's an area where student satisfaction scores are consistently low. However, despite these expectations, there remains a persistent dissatisfaction with how feedback is delivered and used, affecting both students and teachers. Despite students' stated desire for feedback, many are disengaged from the process. Some students don't even collect their marked work, while others simply don't read the comments provided. This lack of engagement can be traced to several factors, including the timing of feedback delivery. If feedback arrives too late, students may feel it's no longer useful. Additionally, some students struggle to understand the feedback, making it difficult for them to act on it or see its value. Significant barrier to effective feedback is students' understanding of the criteria against which they are assessed. Studies have shown that only a third of students actually grasp these criteria. Many first-year students in particular struggle to understand what their tutors expect in academic writing. Without clear guidance on how to interpret and use feedback, students are left confused and unsure of how to improve their work. Many students enter university without any prior advice or training on how to use feedback effectively. Research indicates that 3/4 of students had not received guidance before university, and less than half received any once they arrived. This lack of preparation leaves students ill-equipped to make the most of the feedback they receive, further widening the gap between intention and action. Another challenge is the academic language used in feedback. Many students do not understand the specialized terms and discourses that underpin assessment. This language barrier makes it even harder for students to interpret feedback and apply it to their work. As a result, feedback often requires interpretation, and students may not have the skills or confidence to do so effectively. Some students simply don't recognize the long-term benefits of engaging with feedback. They may not see how comments on one assignment can help them improve future work. Without this understanding, feedback is often viewed as criticism rather than constructive advice. This perception can discourage students from using feedback to enhance their learning. Grading system itself can influence how students engage with feedback. In many universities, a relatively low grade is enough to pass a module. This can send the message that achieving the minimum is sufficient, leading to a more casual approach to studying. If students believe that just passing is enough, they may not feel motivated to use feedback to improve their performance, especially in the early years of their degree. The concept of willful blindness offers another explanation for why students might ignore feedback. Willful blindness is the conscious decision to avoid something we know exists because addressing it would require effort or change. For some students, it's easier to ignore feedback than to confront the need for improvement. This avoidance can be a significant barrier to learning and personal growth. Student engagement with feedback is also shaped by the wider learning community. If students see their peers ignoring feedback, they may be more likely to do the same. Conversely, a culture where feedback is valued and discussed can encourage greater engagement. This highlights the importance of community norms and peer influence in shaping attitudes towards feedback. Some students view feedback as the teacher's responsibility, not their own. They expect to receive comments but don't see it as their job to act on them. This mindset can limit the effectiveness of feedback and prevent students from taking an active role in their learning. Encouraging students to take ownership of their feedback is crucial for fostering deeper engagement. Deciding whether to pay attention to feedback is not always straightforward for students. It requires them to judge the potential impact on their work and reflect on how to use it. This process demands a well-developed understanding of learning and self-assessment, which many students may not yet possess, especially in the early stages of their academic journey. Many students have a limited or immediate view of feedback. While they may recognize its role in improving performance on a specific task, they often fail to see how it contributes to their long-term development as learners. Developing a broader understanding of feedback's role in learning is essential for students to fully benefit from it throughout their academic careers. Make the most of feedback, students need a solid understanding of pedagogic concepts and the learning process. However, research suggests that many students lack this pedagogic literacy. Without it, they may not fully grasp how feedback can support their academic and personal growth. Building this literacy is a key step towards more meaningful engagement with feedback. As students progress through their degree, their understanding of feedback and its value often grows. In the later stages of their studies, students are more likely to use feedback effectively, having developed a better grasp of its role in learning. This suggests that fostering engagement with feedback is a gradual process, requiring ongoing support and encouragement from educators and peers alike.